Hey everybody, what is up? It's the Tominator, and today I wanted to talk about the man they call the real deal, Chris Cormier. By my reckoning, this may very well be the best bodybuilder to never win a Mr. O or an Arnold Classic title, because sure, there's been a whole slew of uncrowned Mr. Olympias over the years, as we all know. Guys who were arguably better, such as Flex Wheeler, Sean Ray, Kevin Levrone, Victor Martinez, Kai Green, and more recently perhaps even William Bonac. But keep in mind, all of these guys did claim victory at the Arnold at least once, whereas Cormier never did. In fact, he came up short so many times, it's almost tragic, so get a load of this, guys. Chris Cormier finished second at the Arnold Classic 6 times. That's actually a record for the most runner-ups at this event, by the way. So he placed second for 6 consecutive years, starting in 2000 behind Flex Wheeler, then in 2001 to Ronnie Coleman, then again to Jay Cutler in 02, 03, and 04, and finally to Dexter Jackson in 2005. So really, you kind of got to feel sorry for the guy almost, because with a world-class physique like this, he probably should have come out on top at some point. And that maneuver right there that he did with his abs is pretty mind-blowing. It's one of my personal favorite posing moves of all time and one of Chris's trademarks. To my knowledge, only he and Tony Freeman could ever pull it off. And not sure if it has a name, but I'm going to just call it the ab wave for obvious reasons. So yeah, Cormier was easily one of the most complete and balanced bodybuilders of all time. I mean, be my guest, guys. Just try to pick this dude apart. Try to find a weak point. Good luck, because he really didn't have any. He did, however, have an enviable structure with the wide-set shoulders and back, tapering down into a slim waistline, which was always under control, by the way. To my recollection, he was never really bloated or distended. The dude could even hit a vacuum, in fact. Downstairs, he also boasted a fully developed set of wheels, including some impressive calves, and he also displayed good detail and thickness through the entire back and possessed a square, powerful-looking chest. Even his arms, which were admittedly a little undersized earlier on in his career, he managed to bring up to be in perfect proportion within a few years after turning pro. Not to mention, he almost always showed up in great condition, so in his prime, you could say that Chris Cormier was virtually flawless. And yet, he was often kind of overlooked because he competed in such a highly competitive era, going up against the aforementioned Flex Wheeler, Kevin Levrone, Sean Ray, Dorian Yates, and later Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, and Dexter Jackson. So he was kind of overshadowed to a large extent, and I think the reason for this is ironically because he was so well-rounded. He just didn't really have any standout features to set him apart. Now, I suppose you could say that his big chest was a highlight, or perhaps his back, but compared to some of those other guys, I think it's fair to say he simply didn't stand out enough. I mean, just think about it. Most of the Olympia winners throughout history had some truly freaky body parts, something to really draw your eye. Arnold, for example, had his magnificent buys and pecs. Haney had his back. Dorian had his back and calves. Ronnie had his back, glutes, and biceps. Jay had his quads and delts. Even Phil Heath, while he is likewise very balanced and complete, still has some standout features, like his massive forearms and brachioradialis and the triceps, which are among the very best in history. And you can't really say the same for Chris Cormier, so like it or not, I think that's probably a major reason why he maybe didn't draw the judges' attention as much as he should have. And that's nothing against him. I mean, after all, as I said, he really didn't have a flaw. He was pretty much ideal as a bodybuilder because his proportions and overall development was damn near perfect. But then again, so was Sean Ray's, and he never won an Olympia either. So it's not like Cormier finds himself in bad company here, but unlike Sean, Chris never managed to claim an Arnold Classic title, and I think that's a damn shame. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is this the best physique to never win an Arnold or an Olympia title? You know, of course, while we're at it, there's also a bunch of noteworthy names from the 70s and 80s that come to mind as well, bodybuilders who competed in a time before the Arnold Classic even came about. We're talking people like Tom Platz, Serge Nubret, Robbie Robinson, and later Mohamed Makawe, Lee Labrada, Bertil Fox, Lee Priest. But, in my opinion, none of these legendary bodybuilders was quite as good or as fully developed as this guy right here. So, I personally cannot think of anybody more deserving of this distinction than the real deal, Chris Cormier. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and as always, feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more. Until next time, I'm the Tominator, signing off, and I'll be back.